In the peaceful town of Meadowbrook, James Turner, a charming 22-year-old man with an engaging smile, caught the attention of many local girls. Among them was Jane Mitchell, a sweet 15-year-old with innocent eyes and dreams in her heart. Living next door, Jane had quietly admired James for as long as she could remember. Jane's admiration for James had deep roots, starting with the countless hours spent playing in the backyard as children. The memory of their laughter echoed through her mind as she developed an unspoken affection for the boy next door. As James grew older, so did Jane's feelings, evolving into a genuine and heartfelt crush that she could no longer keep to herself. On a warm summer evening, with the sun casting a golden hue over the neighborhood, Jane gathered her courage to approach James. Nervously, she shuffled her feet before speaking.
James, can we talk for a moment?
James, leaning against his car, turned to face Jane, his charming grin lighting up his face.
Sure thing, Jane. What's on your mind?
Taking a deep breath, cheeks flushed with a mix of excitement and nervousness, Jane confessed.
I know I'm young, but I can't control my feelings. Please promise to wait for me to grow up, and I'll be faithful. I just want to love you.
Jane, stop.
James chuckled, ruffling his dark hair.
You're a sweet girl, Jane, but you're too young. I can't wait for you. Don't be sad, you'll forget about me in time.
With that, he patted her head and walked away, leaving Jane standing there, tears welling up in her eyes. In the years that followed, James ventured into the city, leaving behind the quaint familiarity of Meadowbrook. As he immersed himself in the urban hustle and bustle, Jane watched from a distance, nursing the embers of her unrequited love. She matured into a poised young woman, her radiant beauty catching the eyes of many suitors, yet her heart remained tethered to the memories of James. Meanwhile, James, with his striking looks and charismatic aura, became a magnet for adventure. His escapades and fleeting romances only served as distractions, unable to erase the lingering image of Jane's tearful eyes and heartfelt promise, and he couldn't shake the memory of Jane's words. As the years passed, a restlessness settled within James. Despite the passing of time and the distractions of city life, he felt a magnetic pull back to Meadowbrook. Something about the town called out to him, hinting that he left something significant behind. Returning to his hometown, James sought out Jane, hoping she might still remember him. When he found her, he was surprised to see a familiar glow on her face. However, it wasn't the glow of anticipation, it was the radiance of happiness that comes with fulfilled promises. Jane greeted him with a smile.
James, it's been 5 years since you left. I married your best friend Mark, but don't be sad. You'll forget me in time.
Stunned, James looked at Jane, realizing the depth of his regrets. He had underestimated the sincerity of her feelings, and now, the consequences of his hasty decision weighed heavily on him. As he walked away from Jane's house, a mix of regret and nostalgia flooded his mind. The girl who had pledged to wait for him had moved on, finding happiness with someone else. And as James strolled down the familiar streets of Meadowbrook, he couldn't help but wonder if he had indeed lost something precious that he could never reclaim.